My name is Armando Virruet, and this is my story. The first 4 years of my life were spent in New York. Shortly after I was born, my dad left. Single mom, working full-time and trying to raise my brother and I as growing up in the inner city. Through my mom's church we went to, there's a guy named Louis Isa, and he miraculously hears about these smaller schools and heard about French camp and told my mom about it and put us in the loop and in the connection with French camp.
He had come when he was 4 years old and he wasn't even in school yet. And the house parents were leaving to go to the mission field. We moved in after a month of marriage to live with 10 little boys, of which Armando was one of them. They were brought here and they saw all the grass, and they said to our president, Mr. Kennedy, they said, "Can we roll in that grass?" And he said, "Heck yeah, not only can you roll it, you're gonna cut it."
Normally around 5th grade when you start getting on work crews, and so started out on grounds crew, mowing a lot of grass. Learned how to weed eat and just really maintain landscape and just learn that work ethic at a young age.
Anytime we have a younger one come on our campus, the other kids, everybody kind of pulls around them and kind of identifies as being a big brother. It's a healthy place for little kids to be.
Bruce and Kim were coming in as newlyweds, coming to take over the dorm, and for me it was just great to see that because they came in and just took us under their wing, and seeing them as just a married couple and how they interacted as having a Christian man in my life to show me that, and also a Christian woman, and just teach me the values that they learned growing up and really impressed upon me. I still consider them family till this day. There's times, of course, during high school when I saw that, when kids would be getting picked up by their mom and their dad and going home for different breaks as far as Thanksgiving, spring break. And during those times I had some battles of just like, why am I not with my mom? Why is she not here?
Having been here so long, he saw a lot of people come and go, and I think was unsure about how he fit in and what it really meant for him. Moving
from French camp to the on-your-own community college life, I did step away from kind of the foundations I grew up on and really got involved in the wrong friend groups, just kind of the party crowd.
I tell people all the time when I'm interviewing them, I say, you talk to any French camp graduate. I don't care when they were here, how long they were here, what their experience was. If they're in the real world now and they know the reality of life, they're going to tell you that this place is different and that this is a great place. And it's not because of the people, it's because of the Spirit of God that lives in the people. And I think all of them will say that.
Train up a child in the way he should grow, and he will not depart from it, was something that during all this time played out in my mind and just really reflected back on, and just had that truth of what you're doing is empty, and just brought me back to what French camp instilled in me with the gospel and growing up in that environment. So I reached out to an old staff kid at French camp named John Boulding. It all started with me just asking him to go on a simple run, and from there I knew what I was doing of wanting to reach into his friend group because he was living a Christ-centered life, and I wanted that.
Armando has done a great job of putting himself into the fellowship of other believers and getting involved in other churches and finding that same community in other places.
After my time in Oxford, was up there doing school and just kind of had an opportunity to take a full-time job down in Jackson, Mississippi with it was just an opportunity that opened up through the military that I was, since I've been in. I would always run back to Oxford on weekends, but I really just said, God called me here to Jackson with this job and this opportunity, so I'm going to stay here this weekend. And of course, had a good friend group down there, and we went to a birthday dinner one night. And of course, I saw this girl that was there, and I wanted to get to know her. And through staying there that weekend and really listening to what God had for me, I was, like I said, able to go out and meet my wife and just see God's provisions even more there. Got married March 5th of this year, so 2016. So we got just a few months under our belt, but it's been a beautiful thing and just a great adventure.
It's been a very sweet journey, difficult times, but just growing into a very mature, very faithful, he's very diligent, young man. It's just been very much a blessing to share in that journey.
I always still wondered about where I came from, and at a young age, why did my dad leave, and why didn't he want to be the father figure for us? I remember just having the realization of just God's provisions for me, and just one big provision at that time that he shared with me was just that, I sent you to French camp for a reason, and you're still connected there, and you wonder why you don't have a dad, but yet through French camp, I was able to share the gospel with you. I was able to give you a heavenly father and an earthly father, and it's more than I could ask for when I was just trying to find one. I got two.